Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to Coffee with Kat. I hope that you all have some coffee. I have my coffee mug here. I got it in Moab, Utah, so little Coca-Pelli things. So I am super excited because we have Lori Bruton on the line, and she is going to talk about her book, The Lor Factor. And I'm going to let Lori introduce herself, just a quick introduction, and then we are going to go into a conversation about your book. And it looks like we've got some viewers already. Good morning, Shannon. So, all right, Lori, can you tell the audience who you are and what you do?
Yes, hi, I'm Lori Bruton. And speaking of coffee, I always like to say my last name's like brewing a ton of coffee, because I know it's can be easy to misspell or whatever.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Oh, no problem. We didn't talk about that part. So I am author, speaker, queen of hope, some people call me. So that is who I am, what I do. I've loved to write ever since I can remember. So I'm excited to share my message today with all of you.
Awesome. And I know that so the book is called The Lor Factor. And
Yes.
Awesome. So where did you come up with that name?
Oh, good story to this. It's the Lor Factor, live the life you were born to live. And the idea was born with Les Brown. Some of you may be familiar with Les Brown. He's an international #1 motivational speaker. And he actually wrote the foreword to this book. So I was at a virtual networking event. I had the opportunity to be interviewed by him and ask him a question. So he asked me, well, what was a defining moment in your life? A time where after that, nothing was ever the same. And when I look back at what popped into my head, like, that's the thing that came to my mind. Oh my. But it was live and in person and raw and real. So that is where I told him about a story that happened to me, and life was never the same after that. So from there, he called it the Lor Factor. And he took the letters of my name, Lori, and they stand for each. They each have a meaning, which I can go into now, or unless you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yes. So L is for larger vision of yourself. And you need to have a larger vision of yourself despite your circumstances and where you are now. And O is for optimism, having an optimistic spirit that you can do anything, anything's possible. R is for reinvent yourself. And you can just take where you are, just make a whole new life for yourself if that's what you want. I is for invest in yourself, bet on you, because you're an asset. So invest in yourself. So those are the main points of Lori in the Lor Factor.
Oh, I love that. And you said that the book is about giving people hopes and like basically reigniting their hopes and dreams and just giving them a place to read because of the stuff that you've went to. Is there anything in your life that you want to share without giving your book away?
Yes, it just came to mind. And I feel this is a good time to talk about this in general, but especially this time of year. We're in December right now, and it can be a joyful time for many, and yet it can be a really hard time for others. So I know the suicide rate is higher now than ever before, plus what's going on in the world. And so I myself went through that, where I just felt so hopeless. If you lose hope, then you're like, why am I even here? You just think people would be better off without you. You think there's no way out. But suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. So I just want to give anyone who's in that spot right now, or if you know of anyone, there's still hope. Just hang on, just one more minute. And that's the biggest thing, is hope that you have a purpose and your life does mean something, even if you don't know what that is right now, that you were born and created for a purpose, and we need you. Even if you don't see it right now, you're here for a reason. And I just really want to urgently say that and give that message, that choose life, choose life. And from there, everybody has a story and a message. Even if you don't think it matters or it's not important, somebody needs to hear your voice, because our voices need to be heard. And that's one thing that in my book, I talk about how I was always the quiet, invisible, don't interrupt, so quiet little Lori. And it took me a long time to get brave enough to speak up. And then once I did, sometimes I'd just get shut back down. In fact, somebody told me I reminded them of a turtle, because when I got brave and I wanted to say something, I'd come out of my shell and speak up. But otherwise, I'd just go back into my shell and just be quiet. And it used to be out of fear. And now it's a choice, to know, okay, I need to go back into my shell for a little while, but not stay there, to not hang out in my shell all the time, because that's not good. So to get brave and have hope. And so I talk about a lot of stories in my life where, boy, you're not going to believe some of the stories. It's like, she did what? So here's a good place to say, I'm glad I'm not that person anymore. And that, God didn't give up on me. I maybe gave up on myself for a little while, but I'm still here. And I'm glad I'm able to talk to all of you today. And again, stories that show you can be in the darkest place, or even a silly place, or whatever kind of place, and there's always a way out, and you're an overcomer. And people called me that, you're an overcomer. And I'm like, like I didn't see myself that way. And then when I look back on the things I've been through, and I'm still here to talk about it.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Everything is, you can overcome, even though it might not look like it right now, or even if you don't know how.
Yeah.
There's a way. Just know that. Just having that belief, keeping the hope, and the how will come later.
That's awesome, Lori. My fellow brother from another Mr. Sean White says, hello, ladies, and happy Friday. And
happy Friday.
Woohoo! Some of the stuff that you said actually resonates pretty strongly with me, because I was also that shy girl. I used to hide behind my mom's leg, cry if anybody talked to me. I was just like, don't talk to me. I'd rather be quiet and be I was not seen and not heard, because of the fact I was so shy. And it was easier for that for me than it was just to speak up. My sister was always the one that would speak up, and then I was always the one that was quiet. And so, growing up, that's just the way I thought. I thought it was supposed to be. Well, and and then going through the Power Voice, I found my voice, and it's just been an amazing ride since. And I actually was on that call when Les talked to you.
Oh,
and so as soon as I realized who you were, I was like, that was really cool. So I was actually there, and that was always, I just remembered that when you started speaking. So, and then my friend Shauna, she actually has known me since, oh my gosh, kindergarten. She said, so quiet, but always so sweet. So, well, thank you, Shauna. Thank you.
Yes, I remember people telling me that, oh, you're so nice. Some people said you're too nice, and I didn't know what that meant until later, when there's that fine line of not letting people take advantage of you.
Right.
Have you found, coming from the shy era as well, that when you do get brave enough to speak up, then other people tend to talk over you, or all of a sudden you can't make yourself heard, because I don't have a loud voice either. So then if I try to,
That's me.
speak louder, then people are like, what are you angry about?
Yep.
And I thought, well, I'm not, I'm just trying. So then that's when I go back into my shell. So I didn't know if you'd experienced anything similar.
No, it's totally similar. And because I'm the same way, I have a very soft spoken voice. It's part of the reason I have the microphone and stuff. And because I do have a soft voice, and then if I speak up, there's a lot of people that think I'm just angry all the time, and I'm just like, I'm really just trying to be loud because you guys all say I'm so quiet.
Right. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one then.
No, not at all. That's too funny. But so you said that we are all here for a purpose. What is your purpose?
My purpose. Well, I've been asking myself that for a long time, because it's not always clear, and it may be different phases. It's not always one clear answer. I know Les says he's here to speak and to train others how to speak. So I'd say, if I had to say one thing in particular, it's the written word, because I've always been a word person. And then that brings me to the most important word of all. For me, it's the word of God. So I know it's bigger than me. It's not really about me. So what I write and what I speak, I want those to be speaking life into other people. So just whether it's through my books or blogs or possibly speaking. I haven't done too much of that yet, but I'm open to that. That's the other thing, getting brave to be open to try new things. So, but really just encouraging people and helping them know their purpose.
Right.
Or just, everybody says I'm a good listener. I love to point out the best in somebody, maybe something they don't see in themselves, because one of my favorite quotes, Les again, is you can't see the picture when you're in the frame.
Right. Yeah.
So I feel like I always love to help people. And writing, I've always been in more of an administrative role as far as my work history. So I've been a support to other people. And now I feel like it's more time to be in a leadership role. I don't know exactly what that looks like yet, but I just know that people need hope and encouragement, and that the words, like words in writing. So I know that's my main purpose.
Awesome. And I'm excited that you know that from like a gut feeling that you know that that's your purpose. Because a lot of people go through life, and I was there too. I didn't know what my purpose was throughout life. I just knew that there was something bigger and better that God or the universe or whatever anybody calls it had in store for me. And, over the since I said yes to the power voice, my life has changed in like astronomical ways. And I've just been so, so grateful that I said yes to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just reading something earlier today that it's like putting on, if something's not right for you, it's not a good fit. It's like putting on shoes that are too small. Your feet are hurt and it'll just be too tight. And I thought, oh, that really speaks to me, because I've been really seeking what's next for me. What am I need to be doing? Everybody needs to generate revenue and things like that. So I believe from my skills, I think, oh, I need to keep going back into maybe an administrative type role for now or something like that. And then I felt in my gut, like, no, you keep getting to get out of there, because once you're there, it's draining. And I know another coach had said, well, ask yourself, does something feel heavy or light?
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's a good question to ask. So maybe when I realized, no, that's heavy, like I'm forcing it, it's not natural. And, we do all have to do things don't want to do sometimes, but in the bigger picture, to put myself in positions where I know I'm bringing value, but I'm good at it and I love to do it. And it's actually comes easy to me. Somebody's like, oh, well, what can you do that, you can do it quickly, you have experience and it's easy. I said, bake cookies.
You can make money, lots of money for baking cookies.
I know somebody said that, and yet in that particular example, if I had to do it, then it wouldn't be fun anymore.
Yeah, right, exactly. So one of the things that I've thought about a lot, because by trade, I'm an accountant. I've had my degree in accounting, and I went that route because it's easy for me. Math is easy, numbers come easy to me. I was in accounting for 20 plus years. And I don't necessarily, and I think when you say the administrative stuff, because you're a helper, I'm a helper, you're a helper, I get it. I think that's where that is coming from. I'm just saying this out loud. I just think that that's where it's coming from. And it's easy for you because by nature, you're a helper. And so I don't know. I mean, if you choose to go back to your administrative stuff, it's probably because it's easy, but it's not because you're going to grow. And that's what I've learned about myself as well, is accounting is easy, but it's not where I'm going to grow. I'm going to grow when I find the speaking events. I'm going to grow when I coach other people. I'm going to grow with my virtual reality company, things that I've never done. And
right.
So, yeah.
That totally makes sense, because that's not where I'm supposed to be anymore. That's my conclusion. So I'm like, okay. So sometimes you find out where you are supposed to be by eliminating where you're not supposed to be, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, that totally makes sense. That totally makes sense. So I just think I just realized that I'm pretty sure I called my friend Sean a sister from another mister instead of Mr. So he's really a guy. I just realized that. So right. Love you, it's Sean. So is there any part of the book that you want to read, or any excerpt of the book that you would like the audience to hear?
Well, I'm excited that, of course, Les wrote the foreword. I mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I love that, there's acknowledgments and dedications in here. And what's near and dear to my heart, of course, the greatest gifts of all are my two grown sons. And they're both grown and married. And I just am so blessed about that. But there is the preface that I could read that. I think.
How long is it?
It's only like a couple of short paragraphs.
Oh, perfect.
Or I can even read just the first paragraph if that's even better.
So go ahead and read the first paragraph.
Okay.
Yeah.
This book has the potential to become the avenue to your miracle. It gives insights and examples of experiences I've been through that can enlighten and encourage you. Yes, it may entertain you, but beyond that, let it give you hope and reveal truths that you may not have known or considered.
Oh, keep going. That was short.
Okay. No matter what you believe or what you've been through, these pages can uncover treasures you have yet to discover. It's no accident that you have this book in your hands. I wrote this with love. Come with an open mind and heart, and let this message not merely inform you, but transform you.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and then there's one more paragraph, but I can stop there. So.
Oh, keep going.
All right. It's time to speak up, be bold, and let my voice be heard, because staying silent can't help anyone. I speak new, empowering life over you and into you, dear one. My life was spared and saved so that I can give you hope and make a difference in your life. It is my honor to do so. Enjoyed reading my story and may it touch your heart in a special way.
Oh, so.
So that's the preface.
Oh, that's awesome. So I just got the EB, like I just feel so warm
chills.
inside. Yeah,
Yeah.
warm and fuzzy inside. And not because I have a scarf on.
Right. And that
Oh.
brings another word as I read that, transformation.
Mm.
And that is what I help people get unstuck and transform and discover, what are your dreams? Some people like, I never thought about it. I haven't even allowed myself to dream. So to just really open that up and look at the
Yeah.
possibilities.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And if anybody out there has any questions for Lori, please let me know. Where can people find your book?
So it is on pre-sale right now, like pre-order, pre-sale, whatever you call it. And probably the quickest place to go is my website called The Lori Factor. So again, it's THE, the Lori, LORI, factor.com.
Okay.
So thelorifactor.com, you can find it on pre-sale at the moment. And it's officially launching with, getting all the steps it needs to get to. So eventually it will also be on Amazon and all those places.
Awesome. Awesome. So if they order the book on your website, are you going to be autographing it?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. You heard it here. If you order it on Lori's website, the Lori Factor, she will autograph your book. And Coach Sean wants me to send him the website. So look at that. I believe I just got you a sell.
Yay, thank you.
So awesome. But yes, she'll be autographing your book, The Lori Factor. I will send that to you, Sean. I will actually also put it on this video, on the comments on here on Star Changers. And I'm super excited that you chose you. I'm so happy that you're here. And because I understand when you're in those dark, deep depressions where you don't feel like you want to go on with life, because sometimes life sucks and it's hard. And I'm just grateful that you're here and you're here to share your story with the world. And it's going to be here long after we're gone. Your story will still be here.
Yes.
And
that is one part in my book, is I have the one chapter talks about legacy. So I believe that, like you said, I do. This is actually my second book. I have my first book, and I believe there'll be many more. So
oh, awesome. So, and I have decided, I think that you should also read for people, because you have a way to read and capture the audience. And so I think that that's actually it's something that you should look into. Is
thank you. That's really good to know.
Oh, well, you are very welcome. So is there anything that you would like to leave with our Star Changers Facebook group?
I just want to say I appreciate you listening and that you're here, and whoever watches this on replay or whatever, a later time possibly. And
oh, there we go.
I'm gonna say something just happened on my phone. Sorry about that. Pause for the cause. And I would really love to connect with however many people. I know you'll find on my website where to get my book, which will also lead you to my main website. So there's ways to keep in touch with me. I'm on social media, and I just would love to hear comments of maybe once you read my book, or if you have questions, or how can I help? Just connect. I love to connect with people, see how we can help each other, so that, like I said, everybody has a purpose. Never give up hope. And I'm excited for all of you to have the best life you're created to be. It doesn't just have to be same thing, different day, and just go through the motions. It's like, that's too boring. Life isn't meant to be boring.
Right, exactly, exactly. So, and Coach Sean said for sure, Lori. So it looks like Sean will be out connecting with you as well. So that's awesome.
Yay!
Awesome. So, well, thank you so much for being on Coffee with Kat. I appreciate that. So,
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
well, you are very welcome. And tell me again how you Bruton. Is that how you say Bruton?
Yes.
Like you brew coffee, Lori Bruton.
Right.
Okay, I got it. I got it. So,
Yay.
yes, we have Lori Bruton and I am Kathy with Coffee with Kat. Thanks everybody for joining, and we will talk to you guys soon.
Okay. Bye for now.
That was a less right there. Bye for now.